Hello and welcome to this message from Non-Woke Religion. I'm Stephen Eichler, PhD. Non-Woke Religion posts are intended to present practical religious viewpoints that have not been tainted by woke, far-left or progressive politics. Today's topic is Farage Lite scare, Liberal Party approaches tipping point. As so-called common-sense conservatives in the Australian Liberal Party demonise and abandon Trumpism and Faragism, they approach a tipping point for the future of their party. This really means that their party faces a figurative dumpster fire. We have allowed these flawed illogical arguments to befuddle and dominate our thinking, and this has led to poor choices by the majority of Liberal MPs in dealing with the future of the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party only wins when it is led by conservatives like Tony Abbott and John Howard. ScoMo was a turncoat. He won as a conservative and lost when he went woke and adopted anthro-climatism and net zero. The Liberal Party faces an existential threat to its future, and that is increasing numbers of moderates who oppose conservatism. In turn, this Labour-like position, if dominant, never wins an election and never leads the country. Ultimately, this leads to ever-fading public support. Upon further consideration, it becomes clear that being Farage Lite is an odd concern for a conservative. So what does that mean? Two key policy areas stand out. One is net zero and anthro-climatism, and the other is immigration. Farage and Reform have great policies in these two areas. Forget Farage Lite. Liberals need to go full Farage to rescue not only their own future, but the future of Australia. It is vital to issue policies that abandon net zero and that radically reduce immigration. Subsidies and priority for intermittents need to be abolished, and a sensible electricity market needs to be restored for coal, gas and nuclear to flourish and make Australian electricity competitive once again. Lessons need to be learned about immigration to reduce overall immigration and to once again ensure that the migrants chosen will assimilate. We need to heed Tony Abbott on this subject and reject the failures of multiculturalism. He acknowledged some successes but preferred a multi-ethnic approach, requiring that migrants adopt Australian culture rather than creating enclaves of insoluble hate culture as we now see. Moderate Liberals need to realise that if they do not support the vitally needed conservative policies, then they face having the Conservative members that they do have jumping ship and going to the National Party or One Nation. Even the National Party is reluctant to go full Farage/Reform, and even they may see losses to One Nation where these policies have been adopted in full. Perhaps the Nationals should have voted for Matt Canavan. Moderates need to see the writing on the wall and support conservatism. The Liberal Party may become the junior partner if they do not recognise the people's need for conservative leadership. If they persist down the woke path, they may even be abandoned as a coalition partner, and it is possible that One Nation and the Nationals may form a coalition, or one of these parties may become dominant in its own right. Cool heads will need to do the calculations to determine what happens, but there is no question that the Liberal Party's paralysis is leading them to approach a tipping point or point of no return. See these websites for more information about anthro-climatism and other matters. The input of non-woke church and synagogue members on these matters is needed and would be appreciated. We need to warn our people that negative hype about conservatism is misguided. We must see the reality of this so we can let our leaders know that we want to preserve common sense, compassionate conservatism in Western democracies by wisely managing policy and calling on moderates to support what is known to work, and that is conservatism. That is all for today. See you again soon. Thank you, and may God bless you.